Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Shipreneur OBCU in Africa Business Radio. It's time we talk about young, strong, and empowered African women succeeding in their craft. We get to have deep conversations on their challenges and experiences in their work and personal lives and explore their ability to overcome. The show not only promises to be fun, but gives us insightful tips on careers, businesses, relationships, spirituality, sex, and everything in between. So, welcome to the show. On Beyond the Mind today, we continue exploring anger and ways to manage anger issues. One of the ways to manage anger issues and do away with it entirely is to validate the feeling and not ignore it. It's okay to get angry and acknowledge that you are angry. But it's not okay to ignore the feeling or be in denial that you are angry. Anger is a vibration of energy, and energy cannot be suppressed or squashed. And so for every energy that is repressed or denied, it will manifest in another form. For instance, we have noticed that when you're not able to express your anger at a person for whatever reason, in no time that anger is transferred to the next available person. So the solution is to own the emotion, accept the emotion, and let the emotion pass through you, however painful. We all do not like to feel painful emotions, and so to protect ourselves from the pain, we push it out through anger and aggression at the next person or the situation. However, one of the ways we can solve our anger issues is to study the emotion as it comes by observing its underlying patterns and asking ourselves the right questions, which is, why exactly am I angry? The truth may shock you. When you understand that the situation or the next person is not the cause of your anger, then we are halfway through solving the problem. I am the Waker. My name is BC Ubo, and the show continues after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Shiro segment. You're still listening to Shipreneur OBCU in Africa Business Radio. This segment is basically spotlighting African women succeeding in their craft, and I get to go one-on-one with the Shiro of the day. And today, we have a United States certified and award-winning dating coach in Nigeria. I am super excited. She bagged her certificate from the United States in 2015 and the second in 2019. But has been matchmaking for over 8 years. She has her first degree in economics from the prestigious Howard University in Washington, D.C., and her master's degree in international strategy from the University of St. Andrews, Scotland. You like Buko? An author and someone who sees herself as a vessel to happiness. Welcome with me, Didi Edet.
Yay! Thank you.
A vessel to happiness. Sister, we have to hold on to you. How are you doing today?
I'm great.
Thanks for coming on the show. So, who is Didi Edet and why do you like books so much?
That question has to go to like our African parents, I think, because I'm not really sure it was our choice. Yeah, but I mean, education is still part of what you just have to go through.
So it wasn't like you really wanted to study and become this guru, this expert. It was just your parents. You are blaming it on your parents now.
I have to blame them.
Give me their number.
But you have to go through the whole secondary school process, university, just get your degrees and your paper to actually give yourself a better chance at, succeeding.
At life, yeah. Okay, that's fine. So what's the connect between economics and international strategy to matchmaking? Yeah, like they're not related. Are they cousins?
Yeah, they're different. Well, actually, they could be related, actually, if you want to go deep, because there are some countries that do, measure economics, some measurements of economics, some indicators actually use happiness. Yes, apparently when you're like in a relationship, you're more responsible. So you actually donate more to the society. You're more, so some countries do use that as a measurement indicator.
So why did you decide to go into matchmaking?
It was something I always had, the flair for doing. I always enjoyed doing it for friends. And then a friend was like, why don't you do this as a business?
Are you a bad girl? Answer the question. Don't laugh. Answer the question. Because it's only bad girls that know this one is good and this one is bad. And these two can work. How did you, how was it natural to you?
Yeah, when I think a lot of people might do it, but just not know they're doing it. When you meet a friend and maybe she said her best show is this, or said something that's, you met someone that said the same thing. You're like, oh my God, I think you should meet this person. Even female friends, you do matchmake female friends as well. Some things that just click.
Awesome. So give us a sneak peek into the matchmaking industry in Nigeria. How does it work?
Okay, for Lagosmatchmaker, how it works, it's privacy focused, but people are allowed to, we have an aspect that's not privacy focused. But we started with the privacy part because it wasn't something that was just generally accepted.
Initially.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then I thought of it too, like, if I was going to sign up for a dating thing, what would be important to me? And I was like, I just wouldn't want my face out there. So.
Just your face.
Yeah, so
not
privacy.
Your body parts.
Every part of the whole picture. I'm like, I wouldn't want my name. So, I'm like, other people might want this as well, to be able to meet people without having to put out, everything about themselves. And it's a difficult way to actually meet people and not put things about yourself. So we had to try and find a way to make the two work.
Okay, so when I come to you now and I say, I'm finding it difficult getting a boyfriend and I need your help, what are some of the things that you would ask me to do to start?
First, ask you what kind of person you're looking for.
Tall, dark, handsome, with money.
When people have this as descriptions, the description actually that you give actually just makes us understand where your mindset might be at. So a lot of people are...
If it's in the clouds. Go ahead.
A lot of people are physical with their description, and a lot of people are more, about the person's personality.
No, wait, I feel attacked. What do you mean by physical in their descriptions?
Like everything you listed now. Yeah. There wasn't like kind, there wasn't nice, there wasn't funny.
Am I supposed to list that?
There wasn't personality. Yeah, you should.
Okay.
So there are things, personalities and characteristics that people would list, and you find some other people that just list the physical things. And then I always have to tell them that, the things you list, if these are things that can change over time, then, it makes sense. So some people would say, oh, remember, they'll see an old picture of someone and what the person looks like now. So obviously people's looks change.
Over time.
Yeah. So if you say, I want a lady that's slim and after kids she gets bigger.
Hey, whoa, that's a problem.
If that's what you went on, then there's an issue. But if you wanted a lady that was kind, it's rare for her to go from kind to, it's easier the other way, but from kind to the other one, something drastic has to have happened, So there are things what's the relationship between physical attraction? Because I know it's necessary, it's important, actually. So are you saying we shouldn't be physically attracted? We shouldn't want slim because it may change? Is that what you're telling me? No, of course you should want what you should, but you should also realize what's important. So have your things in a list of priority.
Okay.
So if slim is on top of your list, it's okay.
Okay.
Just that you have to decide on what's important for you. Are the characteristics more important than the looks?
And the physical attributes.
Yeah. So you have to just kind of find out what works for you. And not everybody is physical. Some people are just, or they get attracted to the person after they get to know, the person.
Yeah. So people like us, we like the physical. So the physical gives us the time to pay attention to whatever you have upstairs. But if I say, okay, let me start with the kindness, the niceness, the character, and the face is not looking, how do I get attracted in the first place? Okay. That's by the way. So, one myth I know about matchmaking is the fact that, it doesn't really last because, it's just somebody else helping you find something that may not last. What do you have to say about it?
Relationship lasting, I don't think it depends on how you meet the person or how long you've known them for.
Bam.
I mean, in the village days, they'll come and say, my daughter is marrying your son, and those marriages could last forever, and then you could find a situation where they do the same thing and it doesn't last. So relationship lasting really just depends on both parties. I don't think it depends on the length of time or how well they know each other or how they even met.
Some people have said that you don't meet people that are husband materials or wife materials in places like the clubs. You have to meet them in places like the church. So you're telling me now that it doesn't matter?
I always hear the opposite. For people on the platform, they usually say, I don't want anybody in church, and I was curious for a while. I kept asking people, but they kept giving reasons that people in church pretend, this and that. So,
sister, can you hear it? They say people in church pretend.
So I think it depends. You can meet people anywhere, honestly, like grocery stores, anywhere,
All right, let's go on a short break. When we come back, the conversation continues. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're still listening to Shipreneur with BCU in Africa Business Radio, and I still have my delectable Didi Edet, the Lagos Matchmaker. And we are getting into the business of matchmaking. So what successes would you say you have experienced in this business of matchmaking?
Well, with the idea of matchmaking, the success is, people to go into a relationship, not necessarily marriage. It just depends on what they want coming in. So once, people are in a relationship, they get married, they send us, invitations or pictures. Well, that's what counts as success to us.
So do you get enough testimonies to show that your work is being appreciated?
Yes, we do. But because we're privacy focused, we don't expect too much. We don't hound you for your testimonies. And if you tell us not to share, we actually won't share it. But we're very open and happy when people actually send us their own their testimonials. A lady did a YouTube video talking about her experience and how she met her husband through Lagosmatchmaker during COVID. So
during COVID?
Oh, yes. Yeah, so
when they're supposed to be isolating or something.
Yeah, but that helped a lot because there weren't social spaces. So there wasn't that, there wasn't that thing in between them. Like you could get to know the person as opposed to seeing them and having some other interactions and distractions and things like that.
Okay, so how do you get eligible candidates to be matchmaked? Let me give you a background. So right now, we have a problem of most of our prisons being broken into, and there's a lot of jailbreaks across states. So the young man you're seeing on the street may just be coming out from that sort of place. What are some of the things you put in place to ensure that your candidates are the right candidates to be matchmaked?
First of all, obviously your approach and how you actually let us know what you want to, do. And then we have different membership levels too. Okay. So we have verification processes for different membership level. And we do a video call verification. Because if you go on
it's you.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you go on some things, on some sites and some stuff, they have the AI verifications where you would have they'll tell you to put your picture or to hold the video to yourself, but it's an AI verification.
Okay.
People apparently can get past that now.
Yes. Even the AI.
Apparently, they just have...
That's artificial intelligence.
Yes, apparently let's put a picture because it's still a computer, so you can always still get your way around it. So that's why we decided to do a physical one. It will take time. It takes time, obviously, for someone to do that, but at least we're sure that this person is who they say they are.
Do you do background checks?
Background checks to a certain level. There's not too much you can go into someone's background. Like you can't actually... You can just find out where they work and just certain things like that, but there's a limit to the background check that you can do.
So how do I trust that you're not giving me somebody from one of the jailbreaks now when I come?
If you meet a guy in a grocery store, how do you know he's not from the jailbreak too as well?
I trust my gut.
Yeah, we'll trust you trust your gut here as well too.
Okay, so have you ever been blamed for a relationship going bad after matchmaking?
No, we've never been, but we've been included in the process, like, okay, we're going through this issue right now. But I think there are lots of sensible people that know that you can't really blame the people that bring you together because the relationship didn't work. The relationship is between both of you. It's left to both of you to make it work, So, yeah, because you're not going to give us extra if it works very good. So,
but some people don't like taking responsibility, so we just find the next person to blame. And finally, is it not because they got you from that place? If I had gone and used my eagle eye to find you, this wouldn't have been happening. But what are some of the challenges you face in this business?
A lot of times, well, now it's better than before. At first, it was really hard trying to explain to people what we do. constantly telling people that we're not open to matching married people, and
you're not?
Yes, we're not.
What if you want a second wife, a third wife?
Exactly. So we actually have had that a lot because obviously it's something that you're allowed to do. We always want you to get the permission of the other spouse. Which is difficult, but not impossible, obviously, because the other spouse knows that
you're about to get a second wife. Wow.
So it's not like the
wow.
It's not like
can I say this? Wow, backwards. Wow.
So it's not that you're trying to hide the second wife or third wife. So the other person is aware. So it's not an issue for someone that truly wants the second wife.
Didi, you know that when they start dating for the second wife, the first wife is usually not aware. It's when they are ready. So you won't even give them to taste.
No, for some people they're very aware. It's not something that's hidden. They welcome it. Some of them would help their spouse find the second wife because it's part of the religion.
Jealousy will not let me. So how do you see the Nigerian matchmaking industry in the next 5 to 10 years?
Oh, it's getting way better. I think it's making things easier for people. People are meeting each other faster because with this tech age, like people are working 9 to 5. We don't have time for social activities. So you kind of have to outsource. It's like years ago, people would come back from home and cook after work. These days, all that is outsourced. People have chefs and stuff like that because you don't have the time anymore. You outsource cleaning, you outsource cooking, you outsource driving. So you can save yourself drive. So you outsource your dating life as well. Even fitness, you get a fitness coach. So you outsource a lot of parts of your life just so that you can make time for the things that are important. And that's where dating is heading as well.
Yeah. So what advice would you give to a young girl who wants to get into this industry as a matchmaker?
Oh, first of all, I think you should really be sure you want to do it because at first it will be hard, obviously. So for you to actually stay in there, you need to really enjoy it. Yeah. You need to
enjoy bringing people together.
Yeah. Like at the beginning, I remember I would be up at night, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., just from the sheer excitement, just waiting for someone's response to how that date went. And then I would get calls really late at night saying, oh my God, he just dropped me off at home. Those things made me excited. I was living through them. So you need to really enjoy it.
Thank you so much, Didi Edet, for being on the show. I wish you all the best in your future matchmaking endeavors and business. And I hope you're making money. Is it expensive?
We have a free option and then we have a paid option.
A free option. I'm talking to my PA. There's a free option. Yeah, go ahead.
And then we have the paid option as well because that takes more time. People are more dedicated. We have to pay salaries. So, yeah.
So something is coming in. Of course. And you're okay. For you to be in the business for 8 years, definitely something is coming in. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I enjoyed the chat. That's it on Shipreneur will be see you on Africa Business Radio. If you have any suggestions on how the show can be better, send a DM to Africa Business Radio on Instagram or BCUGBEECEEUGBOH on Instagram and we'll get on it. Till I come your way again next time. Bye bye.